starting my stories no war. And when come why starting on racism, ne Vinicius on common. I wouldn't want to have more time spent on that subject, but acquire river a tremomanim or 91 kabisa no. But unfortunately, racism any treatment yeah. Dear mimi who no. Any treatment. Now the causes, reasons, and the repercussions, you know. And you feel it. But I don't think it has a treatment. Racism, I don't think it has treatment. Any treatment. Now, the other keka kono, a wow person watching who free hono. Or kai wunchi, ni baby a free banner, or has a ball no, no free game them. Yeah, no akoko jwa home. But see your campaign, play a beat, your support no. Young fire to German conform, young and some could say, you have started born a young catty, you be any one my bit my racism matchum. As I may come at the Etramuco in Chima Baba to us. Racism, I don't think it's a bit matchum. La Liga de Abasse 26 different incidences. Yeah. And I happen around Vinicius on Kwan as a player. 26 this season. 10 different stadiums. Yeah. Etwetwe Madrid kakra yaw. Tony Aboa mudi kan o Frankfurt no. Na ni patuntumfo no bebre ni kan ko game no musa. Sameko for mo borra ban no. Da bia me ka check tanko say that time no mo borra mo Bundesliga no mo yade pa because she na Ukraine yeso racism. At that time na ko tanko mo ko ene. Na wiase mi ye AI sorry internet kra na wo hefa. But some could form of fight hard a bomb would do person Bobiano Bokoye. Madrid Chemi say, oh ya day, oh ya praku, Yanko wants to see Poe. Said a catch them rough on you and no mukrum said, yes, a Catiano I cano. Ya can. I'm also cabbage. But why has it happened 26 times in 10 different stadia around one player? I don't call any potential won't be. May I try imagine so? I don't know any and even in the definition of sports as a whole, of America, of boxing, of Formula 1, yeah, or the football account, America for you, yeah, whatever way you want to see sports, you know. Yeah, I'm some blacks now, a champion. Blacks I have journey on all fronts. It means sure said that a tiny with free hobba or the answer so yawo a color Jordan color no it to be chane. It's my Vinicius place more time, more attention on this. Me the video be ma me person share that video no. To watch the share TV the other one ni share Vinicius our your field no so. The other one journey e be bu as any power wo ye. Uba you ho as a fanatic of Real Madrid or whatever. Now be share Vinicius as a content crow an individual in so our field no so no. Yeah, he will always be calling for this attention. Yeah, you who Paulo Di Canio. Yes. Even Paulo Di Canio talent he has extreme ability on the ball. Do the ball need be offer, but penny subai. As a moja one can casabi or say your offer so that's what she. Ya taka. Vinicius no Madrid champs or trival when chaos e wo kakra. To say Diego Costa mo de bi no. E mo ye de kakra e boa mo. Se bibia jo ya na on penasa to the bia because yeah okay 10 different stadiums no omunyina na ba Vinicius so anaso no kwani patuma no original field so e wi so kra mo bia mani patuntum bobo ba bia so why has it always been about Vinicius na yet me move on enko and in any case Balotelli mo no Kevin Prince Boateng Solomon Terry o motimi kun etia racism na big question. Yeah, you kind of crunch when you move on and court, not Vinicius, but be free by no one can find Koni Krumu, no one one man, memory the Busia for. But I can't what Europe, Spain, Hono crowd, come on, and a 2 hour or my chrono racism. You don't know, eh? Yanko Pona, she so when you play out tackle injury prone or tackle injury, and that is stock but drop you Madrid. No, once a Madrid, young Akomeah, and Madrid, me can't trust it, my big clubs, no. Oh yeah, o time so na akọ ye ne awie na akọ enye baabi ase ene na ahwo mu jesi no bekonkun ya ma ase me kan o de ma Vinicius the stock and fall it no koso nya de o yese Madrid be back bibi fan chire obi But this is it. You no one career. You who players be brave. Any my body ni be the actual. You can't fight racism. In the end, you know, obey unpopular. Obey unpopular. Yeah, your mommy friend is you. Bukayo Saka say it is not so much about recurring theme. You see the word theme in the whole. Now, me imagine say, it's time for us to reflect on the last few performances and fix the issues immediately. Adena, Arsenal should go lead the game. No mama kwam opponent. One, is it down to mental stress, physical drop, or tactical switch from the position? Or sometimes Grano be and Kuabe will beat me see, and your opponent in the change BB at the game referee. Sometimes change be out by ye. It's my opponent to the game. What has been the situation? Okay, me fan on tour. Why are we anticipating fear? Say, Arsenal Benjamin League, you know, Arsenal why that fear? And let me who internet. Mikel Arteta, almost trainer for a person trophy.
On a pep there now.
And a pep watching. Why are we all anticipating fear? Why? Number busting in our the fear me dream want to say maybe Arsenal any performance class bia. How many performance class? How many performance class? Omunye bi, especially with this guy Arteta, onye bi enye, and you can say, oh, the equity sorry, we know this guy, but because Pep has been doing it,
so be I can say Pep did
more so. Now Pep experienced guy. What you say now? Company kafano hono. What say? Arsenal etiashia or tiashia the timer season no. Or the Champions League, now Wolves Baba won. Under normal circumstance, collectively, individually, Wolves among men Arsenal. But there's a bit of an anticipated fear. The border torn we forget say Wolves a pet him like your coin. They refuse we must bet me a higher na. As soon as that happens, it gives that opponent an extra strength. Now if you ODTA, yo, Arsenal performance class be no more. We've seen that of Liverpool and that club. Or sorry, so we just so we best stop now. Maybe a Man City or Europe. Or some occasionally Crystal Palace Babu free be near the Yasmaka. But me dream home back because me say sunya dream wo me trim say City or Europe. Or some occasionally Crystal Palace Babu free be near the Yasmaka. But me dream home back because me say sunya dream wo me trim say. At the time of Mikel Arteta, I try say, or best solve the creativity problem. No, I'll go far as a buy. Now, so or best try Saka so behind the striker, or try waiting around. Oh, that way and try. Oh, maybe I say it's not doing and try, but I go far as a buy. Say, oh, what you get into me creative behind strikers? Or convert it from 4-2-3-1-1 free no. Do jump 15 to me nane a creator come scorer. So my make far as a mra. Look for is a buy na kakro. But now saying the fact that Odi Bukayo Saka home community say is it really hasn't solved the problem. But check your idea Pep Guardiola ye. Pep they were chop and change name a trauma quest and me try a show. Pep just fixed it. And also of fast and off fixing not or implemented dynamics. There be a more quite me fast winning. Me okwan fa so in Haaland but
Mrs. Sam
he only implemented dynamics on the team especially in the final third. Doku Savino Mamouche adwuma mo ye ni nyina no se menyo timi ye asaso timi show presence in the box. So our creativity in Doku Shaki Savino but a dynamic number 9 be obetimi adane ne Saka kra nye da bia kwan na the established pattern of fashion. But this is Arteta or tries to look or solve a creativity problem at this bench of the season. When it's a Champions League, when it's at the FA Cup, Chelsea, when it's at the your statistics be am dem Shadrack, me run it through CCA. On for attacking and kwamame. In terms of goal production, all the seasons are quite criminal. And until man focus no fa where Arsenal they don't fa Man City they don't talk the other side name for me. Na say team for team Arsenal hon chire ne sa. but baby Arsenal ho chire no baby a company can ho asem no me ba be ready ho de atwa to on fast na yen to one side in farmer me reading it through quickly. Arsenal, they are really producing good numbers. All sectors of the field. Arsenal numbers in here power. And if we think say Man City or former or the D Arsenal or Hana, our numbers in moon touches in the opposition box, touches outside the box, shots produced per 90 minutes, goal score outcome as compared to the SG. Arsenal and City move very, very close. But there should be a difference in the war. Company say it's not really about tactics. It's about this mentality to always want to win everything, to see every game as an important game. No difference between a game against your main rival and a game against a team from the second division. Having this mentality to always win be there.
On your screens, sending our open or no?
Yeah, Hadibi. Arsenal net about 27 game. 27th game near the Obotia Wolves, you know. Man City about 26. Compare these numbers. SG expected goals are as a Man City channel. 47.75. But what me produce 54, which is so close for them Man City, no. SG for Arsenal 46.35. How different is 46.35 from 47.75? It's almost one goal per any difference between these two digits. And look, Arsenal share 52, Man City share 54. How many goals are the differences? Need 2. Opa, check the difference. Touches in the opposition box 906 from Arsenal. Touches from opposition box, 867 from Man City. Look at just that. In terms of these numbers, Arsenal, even having lesser quality in the final 10. Haaland was way. As in Trossard. Arsenal in this jokers. Over Trossard, check his Doku Trossard. Somebody, a lot to be going for Doku. But check him more. Do you have Shaki in the Arsenal squad? Even a new crisis silver economy. Yeah, we still see them ahead of these Arsenal boys. As the more Moko Formaba. Folding is ahead of Eze. So, imagine say there's a bit of intense pressure on Mikel Arteta and the boys to win a big trophy. One by virtue of how many years I would do Arsenal. And then a footballer is and then the years a custom, they offer budget, they offer say. But to be very honest, if you really want to understand this game, me say Arteta in this duration I was still Arsenal now. The level I would do, Obisa obet me this hat trick of second. I mean this why you Juma? When Yesika wa come market, but the sources is so close. Except say the jiji for no. Eda so na mwa. The jiji for no. Yeah, eda so na mwa. Maybe me nim the time no, but if me nya small sawa okay. And me jalo ko.
Wo, me da say new. Ma memra meza ho na afi. Meza so fa kakramra.
Yeah, ma encheti fu bi. The fear of the past. At the back, the other time, discuss it when Arsenal bought the semi-finals of the EFL Cup.
What you playing now?
At the Asare Boadu. Okay, me fino. I'm a home so. Yeah, me fino. Is it what could be a team? Me fi Asare Boadu. SRC president, me feel. Yeah. Now, I think that there's a cause for alarm, there's a cause of caution, and at the same time, there's a cause of hope for situation be Arsenal finding themselves in. And now one particular resource Senka Arsenal crown compete for the league, and all compete for top 4, and our also second crown or board there will be frustration. The reason being that say Obo Wolverhampton Wanderers team are all Euro league in him. Now we should 2, no but it's 2. Indeed, same fata say was say adechia obitina baby ebo abaso anaso nya hope say obitimi dia ABB. Yaw. Arsenal fans were the right to be afraid. Say league no anhwa de SC pen no ebi betimi asaye dey. SCBM. Another section of Arsenal fans so right say omubenya hope. Say season e baby ekeka kono. Still na ye betimi aboy homodin atimi at league na mana ye dey. Amana yi. baby obi free baby ano eto asumo the osuro no se City do achi a yaw in the past 5 seasons City Beji League biana he does not lose more than even 3 matches draws bebem die na mum on lusu bebre draw no so nye bebre Liverpool Beji League last season obo draw makoma 9 on lusu 4 the aka nyina o show bia stretch no muko mu no I'm yet to see a Premier League title winning team within the last few stretch here Arsenal Akomeah no omenya the level of inconsistency when it comes to results to say the Arsenal in the last 5 seasons it raises a cause for alarm. Pep Guardiola diwachia uyembe show because Makasa same we actually say the reason why when we started the season Meka say Guardiola ever had dream say encore 2 seasons without winning a league title in his career. Enuni abako. Dear Tosumienu, he is the most experienced manager in the league in terms of winning it. Coach is now kawo league ni munyina no. Obian won monim league na je Pep Guardiola.
Yes.
Obian wo. So it will raise a level of fear for Arsenal fans to say, hey, match you 2-2. But they be say the fear of the past. Say, so over Akomeah. These are some of them. So I really love what Mikel Arteta said after the game. Obia Obeka say Arsenal be able to league ni bia no we right. Because Obia si pay. But Mikel Arteta say if they want to show say they are ready to win the title, they need to go to Tottenham Hotspur or no mukoshe Tottenham Hotspur. No more 4 points in free no be a. It is true because as it stands now, Omuni City in terminal 1 outstanding game. Omuni lead Manchester City by 5 points. City Ebebo Leeds United next game. City Ebebo Newcastle United next game. Arsenal boss Spurs so we are about Chelsea. Also, Hannah Metina and Kacho said the next 5 games will determine whether one will lead it or be Beji League na another one. Okay, sir, and Komona Midu did was a week ago. So 5 games in the started kind, no. Arsenal Shemubako, Walusu Wadromu Mienu, or the Bomu Mienu, Enchebia. Manchester City started in Washemubi or the Boba. The next 2 games will be very crucial for Arsenal. Because Oma City ever signed with an outstanding gamer. That means you've literally given it out for Manchester City to come into the contention when it comes to winning the league. They're very important, the man. You only can react to this by going to the Lions then and picking points. The only thing you can do here say one match no the fan say who show games in City shani die nyina no shani outstanding they can win 2 points. Uchi 2 points near the league now find the league no. So it's all a matter of being on the same consistent form and pushing further forward for it. But yaw, as same way they be start season na say team picky at the start of the season susuma wani. This is the moment where you expect your teams to pick. Guardiola are lucky. So some in Manchester City were picky. So look at their results in the league. Games will be an say City where they emphasize na City abeshow. And it is due to the fact that omu weakness is going to the market. You see, Mameka same way say, yaw, Mikel Arteta was sure be bia ya DG Premier League ba ka de ba akopɛ.
Eno ye den.
Yaw. Hwɛ. Etere be also to share the dark arts when it comes to the transfer market. Arsenal needs to learn that. Why not in a compete for league, you know? City equal in for Antoine Semenyo. Omuko in for Magui. At least the Mubako Arsenal should have been there.
Said the City basically has splash a cash, you know.
Is it? Yeah.
There is no way Arsenal.
Yeah.
I say.
There is something I'm saying we call dark arts.
Okay.
Which na many new to do come Joseph Ferguson used to do that. Or shall now a threat man and now could play a bit my boy more team beside no room into the market. The club should be able to detect. So within the next 2 months, this is what is going to happen. Because you do projections and I'm a boy. It's in a whole year, tired your budget. So that dark art no, between Gay and Issa, because if City should win the league, these two players now City Aji League, nobody can convince me otherwise. Because Maguire has brought a certain level of leadership and stability. Oh, Manchester City, consistently game after game, he is showing the reason why City paid that amount of money for him. Antoine Semenyo cried the young Kasabi, yaw, goes no shana on share. Ellen Haaland echo on a poor run of form. And Komuni Obiti say Antoine Semenyo City Asobe papa. He comes in and he's still banging in the goals. These are two players who have made a difference. Now you are competing against the City team. Obibeka Sana Gadiola Nasika Anagado Debbie. If you want to push for the league and you want to work hard and push in and put rivalries and on for motata own 10 now league now, you need to do those kind of things. Yeah, Bomafia Nibi. Bomafia Nibi. And then she videos of Muchafagi okay so. Shezi, Shebukayo Saka. And right after the game, look at the body language of these players. Yeah,
no, broken.
Somebody should get into that dressing room and speak sense into their head.
And who is that somebody?
The coach, Mikel Arteta himself. Yeah, Uchini 5 points. There is a cause for alarm, but there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Cause for alarm is City they do it, but the hope is only this City 5 points. The fear of the past, and so when team over Akomeah, it will break you down again, and obviously lose 2 or 3 games at once. So you pick up the next game quick, pick up the pieces. My form them pija. Despite say form na Arsenal woman and ya the edge title. Nemum season when soon say other teams so money Arsenal pre-league, I'm using the word say omo exceptional. They are not exceptional. Even the City team is not exceptional. They should just win their next game against Spurs. Yeah, a North London derby. Share. Give your all. The latter stage, give your all. Number 2 turning point by the final of the EFL Cup. A draw will be there. But I think for Arsenal, I see the fear of the past will come in. There is always hope because City move 5 points. Osani a standing game the cry say 2 points. Keep up the pace. Yeah, Bodo honor me say hobo boy ya.
Run to me.
Or more off season. City akoho akojene de.
Tottenham ko ball draw. Inter Milan akojene de.
Who share Atletico Madrid?
Wasako share Atletico Madrid. Yaw. Something over Kaya 2 or 3 seasons ago, na Mushe Jose Mourinho AS Roma 6-0 no.
Yeah.
Not so much big names within their setup, but I think they have an unbelievable story when it comes to the Champions League and European competitions. Yeah, they are not your team to win the tournament at the end of the day, but they light it up. Yeah, Omomo when it down also, but for Christian Kivu, yeah, it will be a total disaster. Say an Inter Milan team, you see, their task when you Dema Kivu new. Before Befa Inter Milan team, no Inter Milan team we have UEFA Champions League final. Ya wanya baku. Omo baku in 2022-2023. Aba baku last season ya. A host of these players omo team nim do na free 2022-2023 na bi da so team nim. And say sa gidi sa. Almost our transfer market mu di bia be kan one last year omo boy and this season we are hoping for a better Inter Milan. Now yeah be Champions League na round of 16 when team amobi play off. When a you free more Bodo Glimt. Unless something supernatural happens at the Stadio di San Siro, but I think the next round, the next round of the Champions League will produce a lot of miracles. Yeah. Especially looking at the first round, the crumple of results at certain teams be Akomeah or baby deba. If you have to overturn it, and one of them will have to be Inter, and I think they have the men to do that. Yeah, omo me man so. Omo ne sa club Brugge no. Bodo ne club, sa 2 teams no. Copenhagen so kan won kakra. Champions League no mo be mo do ma mo ho say. Akasefo no, omo nya ano mate. But it opens it up for I think an interesting second round of games, which we really enjoy.
Mate, may I say, whoa, Steve Bray.
Yeah, says Fabregas a critique and unpopular niche for himself. The Syria and he came up against AC Milan. Himself reverse fixture no 3-1. Now, a lot of the times, Oshia, the big boys in the Syria, or and they with some comments here and show respect to the other managers and the coach. So when after the game now, Allegri catch and say, oh yeah, Fina, you see, I feel like he's speaking bigger than the Jumana or yeah.
Fabregas.
Yes, he's speaking bigger than Ejuma Oye. And Como no a club on also war investment together with Thierry Henry and a couple of